Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this chocolate and coconut cake. Let's begin. To get started on the recipe, you'll want to work on the cake. So grab yourself a large mixing bowl, and into your mixing bowl place in your butter and your sugar, and then beat the two together until they are lighter and fluffier in colour and consistency. This took around 5 to 7 minutes for me, but it may take more or less time depending on which climate you're in. Once you've got it lighter and fluffier, you can then add in your eggs and extracts one at a time, beating well in between each addition. Be careful to not add everything too quickly as you may split or scramble the mixture. Once that's done, you can then start to alternate between your wet and dry ingredients. So start with dry and end with dry, so it should be dry, wet, dry, wet, dry. So 3 additions of dry to 2 additions of wet, and just repeat the process until it's been fully incorporated. So once all of your ingredients have been combined, you can then go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. So then take 2 6-inch cake tins which have been lined with some parchment paper on the base and split the mixture between them. It should be around 500 to 550 grams in each tin. That's what I found anyway, but you could also bake this in an 8-inch cake, but you'll need to adjust the baking time. Smooth and level out the cake batter, and this will just help with the consistency of baking and help you later on. So then just use a crank palette knife or spatula and just spread it out. Then place into your preheated oven and bake it off. All that information will be in the blog post, which will be linked down below, so don't forget to check it out if you're interested. Then to make the ganache, you'll just want to take a bowl, which is heat proof and safe to go in the microwave, and place in your milk and dark chocolate, followed by the double cream, and then just give it a brief mix. Then place into the microwave and microwave for 30 seconds at a time until the mixture is bubbling. Once it's bubbling, after around about 1.5 to 2 minutes, you can then go ahead and take a small whisk and just whisk it all together until it comes together, and it'll take a little bit of time, but then as it emulsifies, it will be perfect and it will get that smooth, glossy kind of ganache looking texture that you're looking for. And once it looks like this, you know you're good. But obviously you don't want to work with it while it's hot, so just add in the butter while it's still warm, and then just whisk that in until it's fully incorporated, and this will just help soften the ganache and make it more the mouthfeel feel better. Then chill it down, and once it's chilled, you can then go ahead and remove it from the fridge for about half an hour before you want to use it. Then just whisk it up until it's fully, like a spreadable consistency, so something like this, and it will become lighter in colour. So to start the decorating process, grab your plate, board or stand and pipe a small amount of the ganache in the centre, then press your first layer of cake on top of it. Then around the outer edge of the cake, pipe a ring of ganache and fill it with the same filling. You could also add stuff in if you wanted, but I didn't really want to for this cake as it's a very rich cake anyway. Spread and level that out as best as you can, then place your second layer of cake on top. Then pipe your ganache around the outside as well, and just give it as best coating as you can. It doesn't need to be perfect, as when we're spreading and leveling it out, it will always work its way out, but you may need to add or take away some here and there, because that's just how cake decorating works. So then once you're ready, you can just start to spread and level it out. I always start at the top and then work my way down to the sides, when really you're going to have to do the top again later on anyway, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Just scrape it out, so smooth it out, so scrape it until you're happy. You may need to add some more, take away a bit. As you can tell, I had to add a bit more, but this is completely normal and it makes the process a lot easier. I do recommend, if you're going to keep it plain on the sides and not add coconut, just use a slightly warm scraper, and this will just do the job so much easier. I did do that in the end and it makes a massive difference. So go ahead and then just get rid of the jagged edge that's on top by scraping it into the centre, and bring it in as much as you can, and then try and get the top as smooth as possible. And once you have, you can then leave it like that, or you can do what I've done and create like a little indent on top, and this will just give you like a little spiral on top, which is perfect. It's a simple and quite a classic decoration at this point on cakes. As an optional finish, I just take some desiccated coconut and apply it to the sides of the cake. As you can tell, my cake looks wet. That's because I used a heated scraper and just, went round it once just to wet the ganache so the coconut would stick to it. Repeat the process until the whole outer edge of the cake has been coated in the coconut. Clear that up and then finish the decoration by adding these Raffaellos on top. These are completely optional, but I had some in and thought this would be the perfect cake to use them up on. So here is what the cake looks like from top on. So then I just cut mine into 8 portions, but feel free to cut it into more or less. I know you can do the party portions, but I'm not doing all that. This was just a cake for friends and family. And here you go, you've got 2 layers of cake, which is coconut, the ganache, and it all works so well together, so I'd recommend trying chocolate and coconut. So thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again soon with another recipe, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description, there'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog, and links to my social media. But that's all for today, I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.